What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning PHP. My name is QDS and you guys watching my channel Coiwood. Alright, so in the previous video we have entered all this data. We get it from the user and we put it here. And as I said, what happens when the user comes in and leave this for example username empty, because we don't have any mechanism to stop the user. For example, user is going to come in, anyone going to come in and press register and they can't get in. We have to stop this from happening. We do not want anyone to come inside our database without our knowledge and without registration. So in order to stop this and to stop all this anything from happening, because we need to show the error if they made any mistake here in our registration, we have to show it to the user. So how are we going to prevent that? We're going to prevent that if you're going to come here inside the submit, and we have to say, for example, we have to have some sort of errors. Say for example here we need to define errors, for example. So normally we put a main error, our errors, and you guys need to put an array here, and we can put an array. So means this error is going to be array. Okay, so we're going to come here and we're going to say if we're going to check all this error for all of them. So if we're going to say if empty, if the user leave this empty, the first one, and what's the first one is going to be the username. So that we put a $post, and we're going to put a $post username. If the user leaves this empty, then we're going to take action and we're going to put errors, because that's array. We're going to put errors, and keep in mind you guys need to put this bracket because we have to this array, this our errors is going to be array till whatever the lifetime of our program here of registration. So say you did not enter, you say for example need to enter username, and put it here. Say for example if the user leave this empty, then we're going to show this message. Otherwise we're gonna go ahead else, and then we're gonna do this username. We're gonna register the username, then we're gonna remove it and we're gonna put it here. So if the user leaves this empty, we are not going to let the user in. We're going to show this message, and same goes with the then again it comes here. For example, we're going to say if we put empty, and it's going to be $post. So we're going to say if for example the first name's empty, we're going to echo some sort of a message. For example, we're going to make a template. We're going to say echo you needs to enter, say first name. Because we are leaving this empty, we're going to copy this. So the first one is going to be our, we can put else as well. We can put else, then we can put a first, for example. Then we're going to come here and copy this one, and this is going to be for the first name, and we're going to copy and put this one. This one is going to be for the last name, and this one's going to be for the email. You need to enter email, for example, email. Okay, so we need to put a parenthesis here, and we need to put a last name, and don't forget the parenthesis here, and you need to enter first name, and you need to put a semicolon here. Okay, so copy this first one, move it and put it here. So if the is empty first name, we're gonna display this one, otherwise we're gonna use this one. So it's going to be slightly different than the previous video. So now we're going to do the last one. If the last one is empty, you need to enter last name. Don't worry about these messages. The idea is that you guys understand the structure of this and the email, and then you guys need to put an email, copy that one and put it here. So our code is getting a little bit more complicated. It's getting longer and complicated, but you guys need to understand the idea of how we're going to catch the error. So the last one's going to be, as I said to you guys, for the password. Password is going to be a little bit different. The password is going to be if, and it's going to be, we put an empty, and it's going to be the empty of $post password. Okay, so now it's a tricky, but now we're going to put if not empty, because the rest we're going to put it empty. If it's not empty, $password, and we put a password 1, $password 1 if it's this one's not empty, and then we put else, because now we're gonna change it the other way around. Say for example, we put a if empty, we display the message, but in this case, because we put a if not empty, so don't be confused, because if it says not empty, if it's not empty password 1, then we're going to display the error here. So we put an echo, you need to enter password. As I said before, that we needs to have some sort of mechanism to test the password. Say for example, we have a password, we have a password 1 and we have a password 2, but one of them is going to go inside the database. Which one is going to go? The first one is going to go. We need only the first one, but we're going to test that password. Say for example, but this one's going to be the other way around. Say for all of them, we put a if empty. If something is empty, then we're going to display the message. But for the password, it says if it's not empty, because we're going to test something here. So we're going to test here. We're going to test if the password is okay, then we're going to enter. So it's going to be 2 ifs going to, but if it's not empty, then we say you need to put a password. Okay, so and then here you need to put a if what if, for example, if, then now we put a $post and we put a password 1, but then we're gonna put is not equal to, this is not equal to, say we're gonna put a $post, whatever the user is gonna post, password 2, password, then you guys need to put a 2. So if this password 1 and password 2 is not the same, and we're gonna put an echo, your entered passwords are not matching your entered passwords are not matching. That's what we're going to show it to the user. Else, there is 2 else's here, so don't be confused, because this else belongs to this if, and this else, the bottom one, belongs to the top one. So when you guys, PHP is very clever, they know which blocks where. PHP knows that this is a nested loop. So if else, then we're going to put our password. So that's how we're going to catch the error, and that's how it's done. Now we have installed error for all of our these fields here, so the users can't do anything. So how are we going to display the error, for example? Now you guys need to come here and put a, say for example, if something is empty, then we're going to display something. Okay, so we put a if empty of what? Empty of error. If empty of error, then we're gonna display. Otherwise, what we're gonna do, we are not gonna display anything. Then we're gonna put else. We're gonna put a for each, because we're gonna display all our error messages. And we put an echo. Then for example, we can do error. For example, we can do h1. We can do h1, and we can do h1. We can say errors detected. Okay, so what's the error? Then we're going to show it to the user. We put a, say for example, echo, and we can do break. Errors detected, and here we need to display the error. For example, we're going to put a for each, and we call our errors as error, for example, as ER, for example, error, ERR, for example. Then we're going to display our error here. For errors as error, our we put error warning, for example, error ERR. Our we put a warning. For errors as warning, then we're going to display error warning. Then if we put echo, then inside the echo we're going to put a warning. And you can put inside the color if you want. Say for example, we can put a P, and we can put a class. For example, class BTN warning. We're gonna see how it looks. If you don't like it, we're just gonna cancel it. And here it's gonna say P. You guys need to close the P. And what is gonna happen inside here? Our error is gonna come in red. If you don't want it, that's fine. But we're gonna give a little bit of style. We're gonna see how it looks. And don't forget the concatenation here. The concatenation. If you don't put a concatenation, you guys gonna get an error. Okay, so for errors, if you can put a ERR, or you can put anything else, but you just put error. Okay, so if it's empty of error, then what's gonna happen? Then whatever you guys gonna put it here, you guys need to put it on top. So first we need to check if like that. Where is this fella? We're gonna check. So this is gonna be from the submit, but that's fine from submit. Okay, if empty of error, then we're gonna do this. Then we need to come here, and we need to put everything here. We need to copy, and we need to put it inside this block if you're empty of error. So if it's basically, if it's empty of error, do all this. Otherwise, don't do anything. All right, so now we're gonna check, and we're gonna see if we have any error. All right, so for example, now we're gonna leave all empty, and we're gonna see if we can get inside the database. And keep in mind, looking here, you need to enter username. How cool is this? So now we will not effectively, we have stopped the user to go in. You need to enter first name, you need to enter last name, you need to enter email, you need to enter password. Okay, so for example, now we're going to come here, put the first name as for example, put the first name as Joe, put the last name as Blow, and put this one, we don't put anything because we want to check the username. Say for example, we need to put an email, or we don't gonna put any email. Say for example, we put a password 123. Okay, now we're gonna check, and you need to enter email, you enter passwords are not matching. That's wonderful. So look at this, guys, that we have effectively put an end to the user cannot enter to our database unless user put everything inside, all the credentials. So you need to enter username, for example. Here the first thing is that the user is going to see is this message, because we are not going to let anyone comes in our database without say for example anything. Say that's a warning. Say for example this is a warning. You can put it as a red. So if you want to put it as a red, you can put a danger. So the user is gonna see a very big red sign here instead of this one. We're gonna say, for example, we're gonna reset, and that's what the user is gonna see. Very dangerous sign here. That's what the user is gonna see, and we're gonna put some sort of break here. We're gonna see BR, and now on top, because if you wanna, the messages are coming on side of each other, but if you want to see on top of each other, then you're gonna see here, then you need to enter username. So we want to put a break. We're gonna put a break, and then now we're gonna put a break here to see if it's working. We put a 2BR here because PHP is gonna detect this one as a BR, and we're gonna put a next line here. So to see which one's working, you need to start enter your email. So we have put a 2 break, and we put a NRN. So this is gonna be the next line, as the case with this guy here. So we're gonna check, and we're gonna check again. Say for example this guy here, we don't put a username. For example, this guy is gonna be, say for example, Michael, and this one Michael Sparrow, for example. The email is gonna be say aaa@bb.com, and the password is gonna be 123, and this guy we're not gonna put anything because we want to test. And you guys looking here, you enter the passwords are not matching. You need to enter the username. So we didn't put a username. Looking here, we put a, say for example, we didn't put a username, we didn't put a we put an email, but we didn't put our passwords not matching. So looking here, the password is not matching. Okay, so what happens if we don't put a, say for example, first name? We're not going to put a username, we're going to put a first name, we're not going to put a second name, and we are not going to put our password is going to be, say for example, 12345, and our password is 12345. So the password is okay, and this time you need to enter the last name, you need to enter the username. So our program is working perfectly fine, because the user, because we are not going to let the user go. Doesn't matter what the users do, the user have to put everything we need to put all the fields for the users to pass this stage. Say for example, if the user put everything's perfect, say we'll put for example, username is perfect, and we could have put a Michael, and the last name is going to be Sparrow, for example, and the email is going to be aa@bb.com, and it's going to be 123, then the password is going to be 123, then by all means, because the user has obeyed, has completed everything whatever we ask for, and when we enter, it means the user can get in. Otherwise, because that's the user's entitled to use our website. And don't worry about this, because we're gonna fix up this one in the future videos, because this one says that has already started. Then at the session, you guys need to put say for example here at the dashboard, you guys need to stop this one. So once you put this one, then the error is gonna go away. the error is going to go away. And we're going to put this one, say for example index in, then we need to fetch from the database all this, say for example here we gonna put the username here, whatever the user put it, then we're gonna welcome the user, then we're gonna fetch from the database. And that's gonna be our discussion for the future videos, how we're gonna fetch and how we're gonna see all our say for example if the users in here, say in header, if the user is logged in, for example if this okay, then the user should see this one, this menu. If the user is not logged in, the user shouldn't see this. Say now we are logged in, now we are session, our session's okay, we should go ahead and we should see this one, this part here. Then I'm going to show you guys in the future video, but in this video we're going to learn how we have created this say now this see this one now is not gonna accept, because now here how we gonna create this one. And now you need to enter your first name, you need to enter your last name, you need to enter your email. So this one enter the last name, because we need to put a first name and we need to put some sort of, say for example as I said to you before, the last name here, this guy is here is not working. So the first name is working, BR, then the last one's not working, so we need to put a BR. Say for example you need to put a BR and we need to put a BR. So for the messages to show on top of each other, and the passwords, if your password is not matching, then it's bad luck and you cannot enter. Say for example now if you try again, then you're going to see that all the messages on top of each other, because we're going to tell the user, look, you didn't put a first name, you didn't put your last name, you didn't put email, you didn't put a password. So when we don't put anything, then you need to put a username. This is very serious, because you need to put your username before everything else, otherwise we are not going to let you in. So how cool is this, guys? How cool is this? Because you're slowly getting the user to put all the information, and according to this information, whatever the user provided, now we're going to go on the root, whatever the information, we're going to let the user go through here. The user is going to come in and say for example going to put a this one, donaldtrump.com, and put a password which is we encrypted here, and we're going to let the user come in, and by all means you're the one who you claim to be, and welcome to our website. That's what we're going to do. So this video, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to go ahead. This video we learn how to, we're going to stop the user from going to our website, and we have to stop anyone go use our website without registering to our website. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe Korayawood, because we are committed to make the best programming videos for you guys. If you have any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.